In this SPY stock analysis, we're going to explain why today is the top, and make sure you watch till the end because there'll be a 100% accurate trade in this video. For those of you new here, congratulations finding this channel because it was probably hard to find. I'm a multi-millionaire algorithmic trader who has occasional real 100% accurate trades along with hidden insiders at trillionaire market maker institutions like BlackRock who also privately get 100% accurate trades, but we'll save that for another video. In this video, we're going to do a technical analysis on the SPY. Although we can't give too much information, we can tell you exactly what's going to happen on the SPY index in a way no one else on planet Earth can do. And at the very end, we'll give you a trade that will play out immediately following this video, with a 100% accurate chance, meaning that it has no chance of missing in the very short term and long term. This is a trade that will immediately follow this video and that we already have a position on before this video, so make sure you watch till the end because there'll be value throughout the video and especially at the end. First, we're going to give you some of the reasons this crash may be. Second, we're going to give you a technical analysis on the index. Then finally, we'll give you a third 100% accurate trade that you can take at the end of this video. Firstly, there are many reasons that this crash may be, but according to our algorithm, and like every other crash in the past, as we know, it's all controlled by institutions that plan out these crashes with their algorithms, and then the markets and news events come after the event happens. So whatever the reasons may be, at the very forefront, underneath all of it, it's all according to algorithms that play out these events beforehand. And this is something many long-term subscribers of this channel understand. What you want to do is profit off these algorithms before they play out their moves. And in order to do this, you have to recreate an algorithm similar to theirs using AI and mathematical formulas, along with every other factor that you can include. But we'll save that for another video. At this time, Bitcoin is already put in the top for the long term, and this is something we can 100% confirm that we will be going more into depth in another video. As you know, there is multi-stock correlation, and Bitcoin also has some correlation to the markets, and Bitcoin already putting in the top is a very significant thing for the markets and worldwide, as it will not be returning to those prices for a very significant time, much longer than most people imagine, and this is something to be expected. In the markets, there are many stocks that their valuations are detached from reality, and at the core of every crash, institutional algorithms privately determine exactly what prices stocks will reach and exactly when they'll crash and bottom. With many stocks topping, especially along the index, we're going to cover some more reasons for this crash, but note that all of these reasons are secondary to the algorithmic reason for this crash, which underneath it all, as we know, institutions privately determine all of these prices, all of the fluctuations, and exactly where the crashes will be according to their AI algorithms, which we on this channel have recreated and are the only channel on planet Earth to give out trades like these and publish videos like these with our degree of track record and accuracy. Markets come in cycles, and at this cycle we're at the very end of a bull market and starting a bear market, and the top is just now, today in this video. This isn't about fundamentals or news events or what's happening in the economy, but what's happening underneath with these institutional algorithms which privately determine the tops and bottoms. A lot of people want to ask what will cause the crash, but the truth is that this is the wrong way to look at it. And this is a very contrarian view that very few people on planet Earth really understand. But the truth is that it doesn't matter as much as you think, because reasons happen after the crash occurs, and really what's happening is that mathematically underneath all of this, institutions are playing out this crash. As you know, contrarian algorithms are much more effective than normal algorithms in the markets because 99% of traders lose money. This means that 99% of people will have the markets wrong or will not be able to perfectly call the tops and the bottoms like we do on this channel. Because what's really happening is underneath all of this, when the 99% lose money, it goes to the 1%. By definition, that money must go somewhere. So when 99% of traders lose money in the markets, it goes to the 1% institutional algorithms like at BlackRock and the other companies that run this game. With trillions of dollars in assets, these institutions control all of this. And this market crash is no different than any of the others. Although many people think that we are in an AI bubble, this is not exactly the case. We are in a bubble, but not because of AI, but more because of the mathematical algorithms that run the prices underneath. AI will continue to grow, but stock prices will start correcting at this point, and this is our top for the index for a very significant period of time, which we will know the exact bottom of and post on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell because otherwise our videos may not be shown to you. Although we can't give too much information exactly why it will bottom at these exact prices, we can tell you the exact price of the bottom, the day that it bottoms, and we can tell you for a significant period of time it will not be bottoming. So if you have an open position in the markets, we would highly recommend you don't keep it open open and close your position, but we'll save that more for the end of the video and exactly what trade that you should take. Corrections are a normal and healthy part of the markets, and by definition they must occur at certain price points and certain times. And not just corrections but bear markets as well. They usually occur at times that are highly contrarian to what the sentiment is. So when the vast majority of people turn bullish in the markets, with 99% of traders not understanding this, that's when market corrections begin, and most traders get caught not knowing what to do and often making the wrong decision at the most critical time, such as selling at the top or buying at the bottom. These tops and bottoms mark critical opportunities in the markets, and as many highly skilled traders understand, volatility is something that is not a threat or should be avoided, but something you can profit off. And at this time, we're going to say that a market correction will be occurring, and it may be more than a correction or just a correction. We can't say too much on this channel just yet, but what we can tell you is that following this video there will be a crash in the markets with a 100% chance, and that in the short term and in the long term it is highly important that you pay attention to what is going to occur and allocate your capital on the right side of the markets at this time, which is not to be long in any stocks, as the index will take down many names with it. Like what happens in every crash and correction, 99% of stocks will follow the correction and end up correcting with the markets. There is such a thing as multi-stock correlation, which we will briefly explain. But when multiple stocks are correlated, but most stocks in the markets are correlated with the index, meaning that when the index is rallying or puts in a major bottom, most stocks will end up rallying with it. On the other hand, when the index is topping and puts in a top and starts to correct, most stocks will end up correcting with it. So on really red days, most stocks will be really red with the index. This is somewhat known as multi-stock correlation, although it goes much deeper when you start involving algorithms and BlackRock institutional analysis into it, but we can't go too deep into that in detail in this video. Another thing that is highly noteworthy is Microsoft earnings and how they ended up as the first company to start correcting. But as we know, the index will be correcting further, so this means the large cap will end up correcting even more from these prices. But Microsoft earnings has a lot of important algorithmic information, as it is one of the first companies that are showing a warning sign of what's going to happen in the market. Tech stocks like Microsoft carry large weights in the indexes like the Nasdaq and the SPY, so their downturn pulls the broader market down with them. But as we know, these market tops and bottoms are determined by institutional algorithms beforehand, so whatever effects that Microsoft had on the markets, it was all institutionally determined beforehand, and with the markets they will end up correcting further from these prices, with Microsoft as just the first warning sign. Now we will do a technical analysis on the markets at this time, and we will be focusing on the SPY index. The SPY is currently at 690, although we called the top at 698 previously in another video. But we will tell you that these prices are very near the mathematical top of this name, which was at 698. And although we can't give too much information, we can tell you these are prices that it will crash from and may not return to for a very significant period of time. Today is the top in the markets, and we will give you that trade right now, which in this trade we would highly recommend you sell short the SPY index at 698 or 690 or whatever prices that you can short the index at before the crash begins, as following this video the index will crash with a 100% chance, and that we are short the index at this time and have been from the very exact top at 698 on the SPY. And this is a trade that following this video it will play out immediately following this video. So if you want to trade options in this name, that is okay, and you may take puts as a trade in this name, with put options that could 5x or more. There will be very few stocks, if not any, that go up during this market correction or drop that will take place over the next few weeks. So we would highly recommend that you don't keep any long positions in any name at this time while the markets are correcting, and once they bottom, that's when we'll tell you exactly the stocks to buy and exactly when that bottom will be. So make sure you subscribe and press the notification bell if you watched this far already. To recap, the trade that we're giving you is to take puts on the SPY or sell short it at this time, as it will be dropping from these prices, and exactly where the bottom will be we'll be posting in a video in the future, so make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell, because otherwise these videos won't be shown to you once again. With that, we would highly recommend you watch the video in the box, because that was posted at the exact day of the top on the SPY. The stock market will be crashing from those prices that we posted in that video, and there's more information there, so go watch that video now. With that, we'll end this video.